Hey friends, Gary here. Welcome to today's video. This is an everyday photography vlog. I'm in this beautiful location. This is a restaurant overlooking the city of Yogyakarta with Prambanan Temple and Mount Merapi volcano as the scenery. It's just so nice and beautiful. We're having a very early dinner here. It's not even sunset yet, but today's mission is to practice photography. I want to come up with some pictures that hopefully I will like with my micro four thirds cameras and lenses. Many people complained on my recent videos that I do not take enough pictures. I just talk about gear. Well, I want to change that. I want to take more pictures and show it off to you guys, and also hopefully with these practices I will be able to increase my photography skill as well, try to be better with my composition skill. Anyway, in terms of camera gear, micro four thirds cameras and lenses, I'm using my Panasonic Lumix GX850 as my main camera today, and a couple of lenses, a few lenses. I will use my favorite mini telephoto lens, the Panasonic Lumix 35-100mm f4 to f5.6. And then I will also use the kit lens, Panasonic Lumix 12-32mm f3.5 to f5.6, and my favorite wide angle lens currently, which is the Panasonic Leica 9mm f1.7. Enough talking, let's take some pictures. Alright, so for our first shot of the day, I hope you can see the scenery. I'm trying to aim the camera as best as I can, but we have Mount Merapi volcano as usual. We're in Yogyakarta, so that's the most prominent landscape here, but it's currently covered with clouds, unfortunately. Yeah, I was hoping for a clear sky, but it's kind of difficult in this time of the year, but yeah, I will try my best. So in terms of camera gear, I want to try to use the 35-100mm mini telephoto Lumix lens together with my GX850. So yeah, many people complain on my channel recently that I didn't take enough pictures, my video doesn't have enough photos. Well, yeah, I want to change that. I want to try to take even more pictures than usual. You know, I don't take that much picture. I much prefer quality over quantity. But yeah, let's try to practice more. So the goal today is just to come up with some compositions that I think is more than good enough for, you know, casual photography. I want to try to encourage you also to take more pictures as well, so that, you know, photography becomes more fun for you. It's more motivating and just overall makes your life better. Yeah, it's a weapon of mass construction, not destruction. Anyway, yeah, this is the composition that we have with the 35-100. Later on, I will try to zoom in on some close-ups of what's on the scenery, maybe those temples right there, maybe some things that will caught my attention. But for now, I want to try to capture the whole scene with this telephoto lens. Aperture priority f5.6, auto ISO. What else? The setting is pretty simple actually, and this is raw as well. I will post-process my pictures later on using my preset. Anyway, let's take the shot right here. Very simple composition. Horizontal one featuring the feet of the volcano, or the foot, sorry, of the volcano, that temple in the middle, which really caught my attention, and some of the greeneries right here as some sort of a foreground to help me frame the whole thing. Nice, something like this. I hope you can see what I'm doing on the camera. I'm trying to cover myself from the sun. It is extremely hot right now, so we have this umbrella right here. I think it really helps to cool me down, otherwise it's very hot and just not comfortable at all. Yep, couple of pictures. I will show you the sharpest one and the one that I think has the best composition. Now let's try to take vertical one, still 35mm. Yeah, really nice. I think I got some nice compositions. I love the composition of the clouds as well. They are not one giant dark gray cloud, but more like, you know, little puffs of cottons on the sky. I think they look beautiful. Yeah, what a nice day actually. So yeah, just trying to enjoy this and using photography as a little bit of recreation and tool to be more mindful. I'm not trying to spray and pray and take so many pictures. I just want to focus on some compositions and quality pictures, hopefully. Yep, I will show you the sharpest and the best one of the whole bunch of the vertical 35mm. Now let's try to focus on that temple right there. So 100mm. Can we try to employ some foreground? I'm thinking about using the trees in front as sort of a foreground to help layer the temple so it doesn't look too boring. I hope you can see what I'm doing on the camera. Rule of thirds will be my friend right here. I'm trying to place the temple on the third above of the frame, 1/3 above of the frame I mean, and the greeneries perfectly fit the other 1/3 of the bottom of the frame. Nice, beautiful. We have a temple that's nearby. The temple on the left there is called Prambanan Temple, and this one I'm not quite sure, but I'm trying to take a picture of it anyway. Maybe it's Kalasan Temple, but I'm not quite sure. We don't really have foregrounds. I have to move there, but it is actually a cliff, so... Oh, the sun is so hot. I'm not under the shade anymore. It is so hot today, but a nice day nevertheless. Thankful and grateful for that. Nice, beautiful. Let's try to pick some more interesting stuff going on again. I have that, weird looking kind of hill on the foot of the volcano right there. I don't know if you can see or not, but let me take a picture of it. It just looks mysterious. Let's try to layer some stuff. Beautiful. The composition not really working, but yeah, this is just experiment. I want to focus on Prambanan Temple once more. Hopefully I can get some nice photos of it. Yep, with the same vertical composition, 100mm. I love the fact that there are, very thin mist on the background near the volcano, making it look a little bit mysterious. It has that moody vibe that I really like, to balance the bright blue sky, the sunny day kind of vibe as well. It's about storytelling. It's about trying to create a mood using your photo. That's what I like about photography, as compared with video, because video storytelling has to be literal. It's all about the visual and the audio, but with pictures you just have one frame and you have to tell a story with it. It's quite a challenge, but it's a healthy challenge nevertheless. Alright, so I switched lens on my GX850 and now I'm using the kit lens, 12 to 32mm, f3.5 to f5.6. It's a little bit dirty right now. I'm going to clean it just really quick. Many people complain about how I clean my lens using, just my shirt cloth. And, the funny thing is that the lens is still working fine now. My 10 years old lenses, they're all fine with this cleaning method anyway, so I'm just going to continue doing that. And now I want to try to, tell a story where it's a little bit wider. You can see the town of Yogyakarta together with the Merapi volcano and that temple right there. And fortunately we have these greenery areas. I think that will really help to balance and give more interesting elements into the frame. Anyway, yeah, let's turn on the camera. Still aperture priority, and I'm going to set my aperture to f5.6. I think that is the best aperture for kit lenses like this. And I have to be careful not to photograph this part of the umbrella. That'll be embarrassing. And I'm going to try some different focal lengths. Let's start with 12mm first. Actually, I'm going to step a little bit to the right. Wow, the sun, so bright. I can still see the LCD screen. Some people complain that cameras without EVF is difficult to use in this situation. I agree, but I can still tolerate it. I can just kind of look like this. I mean, trying to be as close as possible with the camera, but I can still see things. So yeah, alright. 12mm f5.6, we have lots of this green trees area as sort of the foreground. I'm focusing on the temple. Yep, something like this. Very beautiful wide angle composition. I think that looks really nice. Yep. Let's, move a little bit forward so that I don't get as much, lifts from this particular plants right here. More from the trees, that kind of stuff. Beautiful, beautiful. Try to move a little bit to the right. We'll see what happened from this angle. Maybe it is more balanced. Yeah, there's a lot more thing going on here with the foreground. I think this looks nice. Let's try to photograph it once more. Many people also complain about the 12 to 32 being not really a good lens. Well, I don't agree. It is a good lens. It's not amazing, but it'll get the job done, and it is extremely compact and easy to use. By the way, I will only post the best, the sharpest pictures. I'm not going to post every single frame that I took. But yeah, 12 to 32, I still think it is a very useful lens. Don't disregard this lens as just a useless kit lens. This is actually a quality lens. You know, it struggles when you are photographing backlight situation. You'll get that purple flares and whatnot. Yeah, of course. But for normal situation like this, 90% of the time, it just works. And I think it looks amazing. You know, for just being a kit lens, I can get a quality picture out of this very budget-friendly lens. Let's try to zoom into about 20mm. Let's see what kind of compositions do we get from this focal length. Yeah, looks nice, looks nice. Let's try to capture a few 20mm composition. Horizontal, still f5.6. Not much going on. Let's try vertical. What happens if I shoot vertical? Oh yeah, I think I want to try rule of thirds, trying to place the volcano at about 1/3 of the top of the frame, and then everything else 2/3 bottom of the frame. The horizon about there as well. Looks kind of nice. Beautiful. I like this composition. Yeah. Anyway, I just recently switched to the Panasonic Leica 9mm f1.7. This is my new favorite ultra wide angle lens. I just love the focal length. I love that it has big aperture, and I love that it has large f1.7 aperture. I think it really helps to shoot in lower light conditions, so I don't have to crank up my ISO too high. But you know, I just want to try to capture one simple composition where everything's being captured all together using this wide angle lens. So yeah, I'm going to set the aperture. You know, I just want to show off because it has large aperture. Let's set it to f2 and see what happens. I mean, we don't normally do wide angle with such a large aperture, but you know, I can do it. So yeah, f2. Let's try to focus right there. I'm trying to avoid the umbrella, something like this. It is so beautiful. Yeah, we got everything in the frame, the volcano, the temple, the whole town. It just looks nice. And I found this plant right here. I don't know if you can see or not, this guy right here. I think it will make for a nice, you know, point of interest foreground in the image. But now I want to first focus on the temple, letting this guy become not focused at f2. Right, something like this. Now let's try to focus on this guy and let everything else in the background disappear out of focus, bokeh. Something like this. Yep, I don't know which one is better. Can you guys tell me on the comment down below which one do you like better? Let's try vertical. Again, I'm focusing on, oh, the wind is blowing. We're gonna wait for just a little bit until they become stable again. Which one do you guys like the most? I mean, the one where everything, the temple, the volcano, the town is in focus, or the one where the plant is in focus and everything else is not focused? Let me know on the comment down below. Anyway, let's try to capture while the wind is still blowing. We're trying to be very careful here. I think the one where the plant is in focus, it tells a little bit more story, but you know, it's also more aesthetically pleasing, but it doesn't give a lot of context. I mean, you know, background blur picture is just so ordinary. We see it a lot. But the one where everything is in focus, it has plenty more context, but the plant becomes sort of a distraction in the frame. I don't know, that's what I think. Let me know what you guys think. Let's take some more picture, and the wind is blowing as usual whenever I try to take pictures. It's kind of annoying, but I have to be patient. Something like this. Couple more pictures where the plant is in focus as well. Alright, let's try horizontal one more. Let's avoid the plant altogether, just focus on the composition of the scenery. Still f2, I'm showing off. This has large aperture, I'm going to use it. I bought the whole thing, so why not? Let's try to take pictures where there are more skies, so more negative composition. Just experiment. Wow, beautiful sky, beautiful sky. I love it. Trying to avoid the umbrella thingy. Oh, I misfocus. Anyway, I'm just going to show you the sharpest, the best ones. And I'm going to take one where there's less sky and more of the whole scenery. Trying to, avoid things in the foreground because this is such a wide angle. I think I'll crop a little bit of the image later on. So pardon me. And just a normal one like this where everything's right in the middle. And that wraps up today's video. So that is all for my everyday photography vlog. Hopefully you like the pictures. Hopefully this has been interesting, motivating, entertaining, and fun as well. Let me know in the comment down below which one is your favorite picture. Also, don't forget to support my channel by liking this video, sharing this video, subscribing to my channel down below. And if you want to support my work even further, consider using the affiliate links on the description below. Use the super thanks button to make a small donation to my channel, or purchase my travel photography ebook called Simplifying Travel Photography, link also in the description below. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.